Hello, amazing Testflix audience, friends, testers, leaders, everybody. I'm so excited to share this story with you today, taking your IT leadership to the next level. My name is Mike Lyles, and I have been in IT since 1993. Please don't do the math, it's a long time. In 2011, I started speaking at conference events and been blessed to speak in over 15 countries, over hundreds of conferences, meeting thousands of people just like you, telling my stories and experiences. And I've learned so much from you, just as much as I've tried to give back to the community. In 2021, I became a Maxwell Leadership Certified Coach. And it gave me some great opportunities to teach leadership principles and coach and train companies and individuals with materials from John C. Maxwell. Now I'm asking you this, do you know who John C. Maxwell is? Because he is 77 years old. He's the number one leadership speaker, author, and trainer in the world. He's written over 100 books and sold over 38 million copies. So he's a pretty big deal. And I got blessed to be part of his certified team with thousands of people who are coaches and speakers across the world sharing his stories. But in 2022, I was blessed to become the head of IT for this organization, and that's where I am today. And I just wanted to share that with you as you hear me speak about John and some of the principles here in this talk today. But let's talk about what a day in the life of you looks like. Do you constantly deliver on time with high quality and make everybody happy? Does your team respect you and your contributions? Does your boss understand your goals? Do your stakeholders appreciate the outcomes that you're giving to them? And does your family and friends get quality time with you? Now, you may be saying, Mike, I can't answer yes to all of those questions. A lot of you may be saying, I can't answer yes to any of those questions. Well, I hope the next 13 minutes we get to share a few things together that hopefully will help you get some yeses to these 5 questions. Let's start with your team. Do you have the right people on the bus, right? The right people riding along with you on the team? Are those people in the right seats? Are their skill sets matching what you do? But the biggest question I want to ask you is, does your team work well together? Do you find that you struggle to win together as a team? Do you find that communication is a breakdown and that lots of times you can't connect and communicate across the team? Because as John says, if you ask me what's the one thing you can do to be more successful, I'd say learn to communicate. And when you think about communication, it's not just the words you say and how you say it. It's how do you connect with people? And connections are so big. Take this person, for example. This picture says it all without saying a word, right? We've all been there. You've been on a cell phone call with someone, talking on a mobile app, and you're talking, and all of a sudden things starts to break up, and you're like, hey, I think we're losing each other. I think the connection is breaking down. I can't hear you. We're going to have to talk again later, or we're going to have to figure out a way to get this connection rebuilt so that I can finish what I'm telling you. Or the thing completely breaks down and you lose the connection altogether, and you're like, well, we have to start again. We have to figure out where we got to. The problem is we don't get that option or that luxury when we're doing it as an organization, or you're in a meeting with somebody, or you're face to face with somebody at work or at home or in your community. Wouldn't it be great if you could? Wouldn't it be great to tell if you're making a connection or not? And in the middle of a meeting, you say, this person's not connecting. I'm going to have to figure out to get that connection back because it's not syncing up. They're missing. They're not listening. They're not hearing what I'm saying. Well, I want to tell you, there are 3 connecting questions that every person's going to say when you're trying to build a connection with people and trying to communicate. You're saying it right now subconsciously in your head when you're listening to me, even though you don't know it. The 3 questions are this: do you care for me? Can I trust you? And can you help me? When you look at those questions for me, if you don't think that I care for you, and I do greatly care about you, that's why I'm here, or If you think I can't trust Mike, then we're going to have struggles. If you think that I can't help you, then you're going to say, why am I listening to this recording? The same thing happens in your day to day work. You as a leader, you as someone who's communicating across your team has to make sure that people feel that you care for them, that they can trust you, and that you can help them. If you can get those three answers as yes, 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 you're going to see a connection that's much better than what you're having before that. Grow your connections by making sure these three questions are yes. But let's talk about personal growth. What are you doing beyond the day to day, working every day in your job that's helping you to get better? What things are you doing to improve your skills at work, your personal life, your community, the world around you? What kind of things are you doing? Because John says you're not going to change your life until you change something you do every day. What are you going to do to make that change? There's a beautiful book by John called The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. I've taught this to hundreds of people across the world. And the one thing I love about this is it opens up transformational change within people's lives. And what I want to share with you today is not all 15. We'd be here a lot longer than 15 minutes, but number 15. Law number 15 is the law of contribution. And that says to growing yourself enables you to grow others. Well, my Testflix people, what I love about each of you is that you're here. And the fact that you're here tells me that you're a person that wants to grow because you're intentionally setting yourself to learn new things and to grow by listening to other people. But here's the best part. Others need to grow too, and you can help them. Because all these wonderful things that you're doing that other people might not be doing, you can share that with other people. Take what you're learning and build it into your organization, into your family, into your community. Take it to people because you cannot give what you do not have. And if you learn things and build yourself up, then you can share it with others. Ask yourself every morning, what good can I do today? What good things can I learn and share with people? And then at the end of the day, when you're done with your day, ask yourself, what good have I done today? Because you need to be a river, not a reservoir. Think about that. A reservoir holds water and keeps it in place, but it doesn't go anywhere. A river takes water in constantly and lets the water flow through it. Through you is how you can help others grow as a leader. Think about what you can do today to take all the things you're learning and you're growing with to help other people grow and learn more as well. Don't be selfish. Don't hold it in and say, I'm learning from me and I'm not worried about other people, because you can make a difference in people if you just be a river, not a reservoir. Now, John has a book called The High Road Leadership or High Road Leadership. And what I love about this book, it recently came out, is that it talks about three types of leaders. Everybody is one of these three. You're either a high road leader, a middle road leader, or a low road leader. Now, the high road column here is the one you need to be focused on. Look at these traits. High road leaders value others, bring people together, close the gap between people, give more than they receive. They give first. They don't keep score. They want you to win, and they treat others better than they're treated. Now, I can't go through every one of these with you, but I'm going to go through one of them. And one of them is don't keep score. What don't keep score says is, we're going to look at this quote that says, blessed are those who can give without remembering and take without forgetting. I love that quote by Elizabeth Babesco, because how many times have you heard somebody say, you owe me? I've done this for you and now you owe me. How many times have you said that? Hopefully not. Hopefully you don't do it anymore if you have. But understand that you can give and don't worry about getting paid back. Do things that are out from your heart, from your head. Give to people. And take, when you take, be grateful. Have that gratitude. When people give to you, you be very grateful and never forget it. Now, how do you not keep score? Number one, keep track without keeping score. We're testers, right? You're all testers, or at least working in the testing world. We have KPIs, measurements, metrics, dashboards, all kinds of things we measure. That's just keeping track. Keeping score is when you start expecting something in return and you start making it a problem if people don't do back to you what you're doing to them. Keep track, don't keep score. Forgive everyone because everyone needs forgiveness. When I was growing up, my mom and I would have debates, and my mom would quickly say, "That's okay, I forgive you." And I would say, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, mom, I didn't say I'm sorry." And she would say, "That's okay because I still forgive you." I learned a valuable lesson from my mom that forgiveness is about you, it's not about the others. You can forgive and let it go. High road leaders forgive and let it go. Practice the platinum rule. We all know the golden rule. Every culture in the world has the golden rule, and that is do unto others the way you'd have them do unto you. But the platinum rule says treat others the way they would want to be treated. Think about that. To understand how people want to be treated, you have to know them better. Get to know your teams, get to know your family, get to know your community, get to know the people that you're interacting with so that you can treat them the way you know they need to be treated. Now, why is the high road the best? Well, the high road is the best because it brings people together. It brings out the best in people. It creates winners without creating losers if you're on the high road leadership path. There's a whole lot less traffic on the high road. And last but not least, it puts you on the path to significance, which is the one thing I want to wrap up with today and share with you. And that is significance over success. John Maxwell says, once you've tasted significance, success will never satisfy you. That was one of the most powerful quotes that hit me over the last 3 to 4 years. And it changed the way I think about the future of my work and the things that I do for my family, my friends, my community, my workplace, and all around the world. Because success is something that everybody can get. I've got trophies on the wall. I've got certificates. I've got raises and promotions and new jobs and amazing opportunities and all kinds of great things that I can be happy about. That's success. That's happening to me. But significance is something that happens through you. What are you doing? What are you taking in that you can give back to the world, to your community, to your workplace, to your family, to your community, the world, and everywhere that can make a difference? What is your why? What is your purpose, your values, your missions? What kind of things do you want to be remembered for? Because guess what? None of us are going to make it out of this world alive. We've all got a day that we're not going to be here anymore. What are you going to be remembered for? What's your legacy? What's the difference that you're going to make in your workplace, your home, your community, and the world? What do you want to be remembered for? How do you want to make that impact in this world? For me, it was a trip that I took in 2021 that really started me on thinking this ways. And it was when I went to the Dominican Republic with 200 coaches. And we trained almost 30,000 people on leadership values and actions, doing roundtables, 10 to 20 people at a time, helping people understand leadership values, core values, and helping them understand how to talk it out among a roundtable of people. Those 30,000 people then in turn became facilitators and went all over the country of the Dominican Republic, teaching values and action items and then action tables to their whole country. I got to be part of that. And it helped me think of new things I wanted to do, both in my community here and with my workplace. You can make a difference. You don't have to go to the Dominican Republic, but what are you going to do? Because you can make a difference. And it's not easy. It's not easy, but you can do it. Imagine a world where everybody gets along, everybody's helping each other, and you might be part of the reason that people get along. Communication with your team, growing yourself daily, understanding how to be a high road leader is how you can make a difference in your world, in your workplace, in your home, in your personal life, in your community. You can do it. I believe in you. Go out there and do it. Thank you so much, Testflix team, for having me here. This is a way to reach me. If you ever want to communicate, scan me. But everyone, have an amazing time. And I hope you enjoyed my presentation today.